Day two, really quite a tricky day. We had a northerly breeze for most of the day, but the forecast was that the sea breeze was going to fill, was the local forecast. So quite a difficult day for the race officers to decide whether they were going to go and sail in that breeze, the northerly breeze, or wait for the sea breeze to fill. It was also very hot, 39 degrees Celsius, so really hot, and they were concerned about having a lot of people sitting on the water with no wind for quite a while before the sea breeze filled. As it happened in the end, we had one very light race late on in the afternoon, and it did continue to get lighter through the course of the race, such that the Sonars, who started first, did finish without too much difficulty. The Scuds were second off. They just got in before the wind disappeared, and in the 2.4s their race was actually abandoned because they didn't quite make it to Mark 1 inside the 25-minute time limit. Well, we're only 3 races in, but in 2 of the races so far for the Sonar, they've started fairly well. They've looked like they were in the top 3 in the first sort of third of the first beat, and then there's been a significant wind shift to the side of the course that they've not been on, and that's had a major impact on the remainder of the race. They had good boat speed, but didn't quite manage to get their boat into the right part of the course to make back some places, and unfortunately that left them at the back of the group in today's third race. So 3 races in, they've got 2 high point scores that they're going to have to carry now, and they're really going to have to pull out the bag for the remaining 8 races if they're hoping to still get there and win the gold medal in the Paralympics. That said, there is still 8 races to go, plenty of opportunity. We are expecting a change in the weather this evening, so anything is possible. Yeah, at the moment in the Scud class it's very tight racing. To be fair, the Australians got away. They had a minute lead by the time they got to the first mark, and they basically held that lead. They didn't manage to pull out much, but they did hold the lead to the end. But after that, there was then a tight battle, particularly with the next 3 boats, which was GBR, Poland and Canada. As it happens, all boats in that 3 were changing position throughout the race, but unfortunately for Alexander and Nikki, they ended up being the boat that finished 4th out of that 3-boat group at the finish line. But they're still in the hunt, still 3rd overall, only 2 points off from 2nd, and with 8 races still to go, there's still plenty of racing to be done in the Scud fleet. Yeah, really light winds. They were down at 2 knots for a while, and below, so which made it of course difficult to get to first mark. Unfortunately, from what looked like a really good start first beat, then the second half didn't go Helena's way, and she really dropped behind, and that was a real challenge for her. But of course, as the race was abandoned, as she said, she got out of jail free today and still goes in tomorrow leading the fleet. Yeah, we're expecting a change in the weather this evening. There is a front that's forecast to arrive over the area over the next couple of hours, and that should bring a change to the weather for the remaining days in the regatta. On the bright side, it does look like we are going to have wind every day from now until the end of the event, so there should be every opportunity for the race teams to get the remaining 8 races in. So far, they've actually acquitted themselves very well in this first part of the regatta, so I'm sure they're going to do everything they can to get a full 11-race series for all 3 of the Paralympic classes.